It's the appointed hour, so we will call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Featherling?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Tholen? Mr. Payton?
Here.
Ms. Peters? Mr. Fairfield? Mr. Snipes? Mr. Swanson? Mr. Dunnell?
Present.
Mr. Eckhoff? Mr. Kirkstra?
Present.
Ms. Bryan?
Present.
Mr. Collins? Ms. Hudson?
Present.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand?
Present.
Mr. Gowler?
Present.
Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Searoy?
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Kelly. And we previously voted to allow Mr. Featherling and Mr. Dunnell to participate via Zoom, so we've already taken care of that business. Any public comment? All right, seeing none, we'll move to approval of the minutes. Item number 3. I'd entertain a motion to approve the October 20th, 2021 minutes. Mr. Payton, Ms. Peters, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, great. Thank you. We'll go into item number 4. I'll entertain a motion to combine and approve these reports, the building report September 2021 and building report October 2021. Mr. Eckhoff. All right, Ms. Hudson. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Great. We've got those combined and approved. Number 5, zoning, ZBA case number 21-11.
Would you like any information on the building reports?
Anybody like any detail? You've got the numbers in front of you, I believe. Yeah, let's get some highlights.
We had a highlights for September. 110 permits issued with a revenue of $33,757, and for October we had 96 permits issued with a revenue of $94,567, which was our largest month this year, I believe. That is attributed to 5 industrial permits equaling or totaling $59,142 in revenue.
Great. Any questions? All right. Thank you, Del.
No problem.
Now to ZBA case number 21-11. I'll let you handle that.
I will. Anita, or excuse me, Kelly. Put that on the board. This is a request by the Owen Hertz estate and Stephen Hertz to rezone a 3.11 acre parcel and divide that off of the 53 acre farm. Nope, you were on the right slide before.
I'm getting there.
There we go. Okay, highlighted in red on your screen is the 3.11 acre parcel. It contains a home, a couple of corn cribs, and a tool shed. Owen Hertz is Stephen Hertz's father. He passed away. The Hertz family would like to sell the home but keep the farmland. So they would like to divide this off. It does not meet the qualifications for a farmstead exemption, which would have been the easier way to divide it off, because the house was built in 2004, and to qualify for that exemption, the house had to be there before 2002. So rezoning was the only option for them, and A2 was the category chosen as agricultural estate. This was heard Monday night by the Zoning Board of Appeals. There were no objectors, and the Zoning Board of Appeals recommends the approval 5-0. Open to questions.
All right. Any questions from the group here today?
Make a motion that it be approved.
Okay, we've got a motion from Mr. Snipes, second from Ms. Bryan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Great. Thank you. Item number 6, Hungry Hill Subdivision, preliminary and final plat. Del?
Yes, this is a minor subdivision located in St. Anne Township. It's a 1-lot, 6.49 acre lot. If you look at the map there on the screen, the area outlined in red is the Hungry Hill subdivision. The gentleman who owned that also owns the area in blue, which is a landlocked parcel, has no access to any roadway. The area outlined in red is already a parcel, already has a home on it, and no part of that is changing other than to establish an easement on the driveway from Vanderkar Road down to that larger parcel to allow access to it and making it no longer a landlocked parcel. This went out for its 45-day review period as required, where it is sent out to the county highway engineer, township engineer, school district, and any other government agencies that might be involved in that area if there's a park district and such. There were no objections, and only one comment came back. Mark Rogers, our county highway engineer, asked that a statement be put on the plat stating that the easement is a private easement and is not a public road that will be maintained by either the county or the township. That comment has been put on the plat. I don't know if it's on your screen because this just came in yesterday, but it is there, and that will be the plat that will be recorded. So what we're asking today is approval of both the preliminary plat and the final plat, so that it can be forwarded to the county board.
Great. Any questions about this presentation? All right, Chairman Wheeler.
I understand the statement about the county not having any, I understand the county not having any responsibility. It's not their road, so they're not going to maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the authority to vote on adding the word township on there, or should they be the ones who would? See where I'm going with that? We're voting on something that.
I do, but you have platting authority, so you can put whatever you'd like on this plat within.
Okay. So we can restrict the townships from this committee meeting?
Yes. I mean, the township, if the township would like to take it over, first of all, it's an easement, not a formal road.
Okay.
So if they would like to, in the future, turn it into a road, they certainly could. Okay. And that would nullify this statement if that were to occur, but they would have to actually take action to do that.
Got it. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Featherling.
Hey, Del, there's no way they could re-subdivide that even more, is there, or do they have to come back to do that?
They would have to come back to do that. This is a legal non-conforming parcel zoned A1, so it is allowed to be there as is. If they were to divide it further, then it would have to be rezoned to a different category, so the county board would see it again if that were to occur.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? All right, seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve this. Okay.
I make that motion.
Ms. Hudson, Mr. Featherling seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, great. On to number 7, historic preservation.
Mr. Chairman, those are being moved to the executive committee next week on the 23rd. Am I correct, Mr. Wheeler?
Okay, great. So that takes care of number 7. Number 8, old business. Anyone with any old business? Mr. Snipes.
Not really a business. I just want to just ask a question for clarification. When we deal with permitted use or a permitted use building or zoning in those particular areas, is the use attached to the zoning of that area? Meaning that if you zone it residential, the permitted use will have to be along the lines of residential, versus if you did commercial or industrial, then those permitted uses would be within the scope of whatever is commercial or residential, and outside of that would be a special use or a variance.
The zoning district dictates what permitted uses are allowed. So depending on the district you're in, there is a list in our ordinance of what uses are permitted within that district. So by example, R1 single family district, permitted use would be a single family home. Another permitted use would be a church or a religious institution. Those are permitted by right. If you have R1 zoning, you can do those there. All you need is a building permit. You do not have to ask for rezoning or a special use permit. Each zoning district also has a list of special use permits that are allowed within that district. Those are uses that are still compatible in that district, but there may be some nuances to them, such as a drive-through that might disturb the neighbors, or gatherings or other things, where they need to be scrutinized a little bit more by the county board before they're approved. Maybe even put some conditions on them about hours of operation or things like that to help mitigate any negative effects they may have on the neighborhood. So that would be the special use category. If the use you would like to do is not in either of those lists, you cannot do it in that district, and you would have to find a district where it is allowed, and then you'd rezone to that district.
That sounds great.
Clear?
Yeah, I wanted
Okay.
to make sure I have something so that way when I can refer them to this video from someone that kind of knows. So
Yes.
thank you for your answer.
You're welcome.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or old business? If not, we'll look at new business. Mr. Kirkstra, new business? No?
No,
You're already on number 10, adjournment? Okay. Ms. Hudson seconds what Mr. Kirkstra moved. Okay. Great. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
All those opposed?